thousands of persons in fire and police work, and recruits are constantly being added to the ranks. But only those with certain qualifications are accepted.
I never even thought about it. I'd never met any female firefighters. I didn't, see posters or media stories about them. No one ever said to the little tiny Lacey, like, you want to be a firefighter when you grow up? It just never considered it an option. When you see a woman my size who's 5'2", and there's middle schoolers that are bigger than I am, you might have a moment where you think, can she really do everything that a firefighter needs to do?
I would say I'm aware that I'm the only woman on the crew.
I work in a fire organization with about 20 people in our small town, and 2 of us are females.
On my crew, we have 24, and I am the only woman.
With my department, there's only 2 of us, just 2 ladies, that's it.
If I knew I was going to be burning the next day, there's a lot of prep, and I would still take the extra minute to take off any fingernail polish because I didn't want to be girly on the fire line.
I think on a daily basis, people think I'm the secretary for our company.
Women are not firefighters. I get it all the time, you can't be a firefighter, you're a girl.
At my station here in Yosemite, there was a gentleman that came into the office looking for the fire chief. And he asked me where the fire chief was, and I said, well, that's me. And he said, well, they didn't tell me you were a woman.
I really just stumbled into fire. One of my best friends from high school fought fire for a summer and came back and said, I totally found your dream job. You have to come with me next year. And so I followed him to a hand crew, to a fire crew the next summer, and here I am. That was 8 years ago, and I'm still in it. It's hard to feel like you can ever get there, because I don't see any women in the job that I want to have. So you get this tape in the back of your head, even if it's really quiet, saying, well, you can't do this because women don't do that job. Sometimes there's a feeling that I have to be twice as good to be considered as competent as my male coworkers. I don't want to make a mistake in front of the men because I don't want that to reflect badly on all women, which can get in the way of learning and trying new things. But in this environment at the W-Trex, we make a really conscious effort to make this a safe learning environment. I have a polling axe in the back of my truck. It's really great to get that different leadership style, that different learning style from someone that you can relate to a little bit more. You're talking on the radio, you need to be able to actually paint that clear picture. Who else needs help? We're having those conversations about how do we create the support network? How do we create a more inclusive culture so that we can create some really impactful changes in the future? I would never have the chance to meet this many female firefighters if I just went through my fire career on a normal trajectory. This is something we all need to not get burned out. No pun intended. Last piece before we split. Have your group back here, loading up, getting ready to roll. Have fun today. We do a job that is inherently risky. We go into areas that most people really wouldn't want to get near, and we do it because we care about the land and we care about protecting communities. Look at these women. We've got women on hotshot crews. They work 16-hour days. They don't take lunch, they eat on the go. They're carrying chainsaws and 5 gallons of water at a time. We've got women here that work on engines. We've got foresters who are out all day taking inventories. Women from heli-tac crews. We've got women in leadership. You want to talk about some logistics and some planning and making the really important decisions. These women are rock stars.
Probability of ignition, 4-0 exposed.
The best place to start is at morning lineup every day. Ask yourself, what is the numerical strength of my company? How many men do I have?
Take it up, boys. Little window on the 3rd floor.
It calls for young men with good health, mental alertness, and a willingness to risk personal injury, even death, in protecting the lives and property of others.
I think we place a lot of limits on our little kids, and we kind of shove them down one path or the other based on nothing else but these stories we've created in our culture. I want as many little girls as possible to see me in this outfit as I can possibly manage.
I hope young girls, there's someone out there that says, I want her job when I grow up.
I want to get in that front seat of that big ladder truck, and I want to be driving it so that every little girl and little boy that sees me driving sees that there's a woman in that seat doing that job.
That's my goal for young girls coming up, is that they see role models and they say, well, if she can do it, I can do it.
They can do anything in the world that they want, and that is not just firefighting, any career.
I'm gonna break that chain. I want little kids to know that there are so many more options when they grow up, and it doesn't matter where you come from or who you are, that you can go find something that makes you happy.